All right, what do you guys want to see first? Metro or motor?
Either one's fine.
Okay. Let's work backwards here.
Ooh.
All right,
Oh, is
so
that 427 job?
what's that?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, this is
That's
the
that
legendary.
427. Oh, I like that.
It's the
Oh yeah, look
legendary
at that.
Ford
Oh,
427 Cammer. Let's see, I'm gonna hide some things here. There we go.
oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
The engine that was so incredible when it was released in 1964 or 65 that NASCAR almost
Yeah,
immediately banned it. The engine that came from
yeah,
the
they should
factory
definitely.
making 630 something horsepower and pretty easy to turn that up to 700 or more. So this is a clean sheet design from our friend Ryan Voyer at Scale Auto Model Works. He did the bulk of the lifting on this one. And so this is a ground up new design here. So we do have the complete engine, a few different variations of valve covers here, the sort of stock factory finned valve covers. From our research, it looks like these were available from the parts counter either with these finned valve covers or with the smooth valve cover here. Let's see. Let me turn visibility on that one off, and we will. There we go. So the smooth valve cover or the finned valve cover. We also did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We also did create Cobra
Probably.
versions. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Cobra versions for you, as well as probably the best known and one of, if not the most successful Ford drag racing teams of the 1960s. Everybody should know the name Holman Moody.
Oh yeah.
They would create their own parts for a lot of the equipment they ran as well. Hide that. So this has the stock carb here as well. Single 4-barrel intake. Separate cylinder heads as always. The block. All of the goodies. Now you will see we've given you a few different oil pan options. The Cobra Performance oil pan, the stock oil pan. So Ryan created a version of the oil pan that has the mount for the Mobius Ford trucks. If you want to make yourself one wild, woolly 1960s Ford truck with a 427 Cammer, I fully support it, and we've given you the tools to do so. Couple different breather cap options for those valve covers, a tall one and a low profile one.
Sure.
Separate fan clutch and fan that fit right onto the water pump pulley there. Speaking of belts and pulleys, as per usual, we have given you the one-piece setup, but we've also given you all the pulleys individually. If you prefer that way, detail those up separately and then throw some electrical tape or whatever you want for the belt on there. We've given you both options there. The alternator and the water pump are also separate pieces. Couple different versions of alternator bracket. One is just thicker. If you're having issues with the thinner, more realistic one printing well, or you're breaking it when taking it off supports, you can print the thicker one, which will give you a little bit more strength there. And then, of course, being the single overhead cam engine, this engine now has this giant cam and timing chain cover. The harmonic balancer is separate as well, as is the coil. And that timing cover is pegged for ease of assembly there to the front of the block. Distributor also. We've also given you the starter and the fender mounted starter solenoid, which was a Ford thing back then. Several different exhaust options. Well,
that's cool.
3 different exhaust options, I believe. We have the stock manifolds, and then we've also done, let's see, I will hide those. And we've also done scroll slower and read. There we are. So we gave you some hooker headers here, kind of a swept 4-into-1 design, as well as some really cool short tube headers as well. I think if you were building one of those 60s Ford trucks, using these with some fender exit exhausts would be pretty banging. Some additional intake options. We have done a 2 4-barrel intake and 2 different 4-barrel air cleaners for you. Speaking of air cleaners, we have couple options for the single 4-barrel. First one is just a 1-piece classic round air cleaner. We've done this as a 1-piece and then also as a 3-piece. Let me find that for you real quick. The 3-piece, again, for ease of detailing, we have, oh, that's the 1-piece that I'm moving, I believe. Or that is, okay. So I need to make an adjustment to that. I will do that and get the revision up. But the idea behind the 3-piece is no longer do you have to get in there with a little tiny brush to paint the filter element and, manage to chrome everything else. Now you have 3 separate pieces for ease of detailing. And then we also have done, there is an oval single carb Cobra intake. I'll find that one for you here. Over there. That's the dual. There we are. Single 4-barrel Cobra air cleaner. If you want to deck this out in Cobra accessories, you certainly can. And then one final intake option for you. We have also done a quad Weber 2-barrel intake for you. Put 4 Webers on there, and we have done a few different types of intakes and filters for that, sort of the standard paper filament filter for that, as well as three different heights of velocity stacks, short, medium, and then, as you might imagine, the third one is a tall. So a lot of different options for this engine. Ton of different great details there. Speaking of engines, we did the small block Chevy in the latest file pack, the latest main file pack, SSG-051. In this bonus pack, we are giving the Pro and Elite members this Edelbrock kind of LS3 style cross ram intake, sort of a modern fuel injected type intake for the classic small block Chevy. This one, as well as multiple pieces for ease of detailing. So separate air filters, separate throttle bodies. And because these sides are not symmetrical, there is a left and right to pretty much everything except the filters. And so we have keyed those such that the correct parts will only fit one way. So there's no guesswork as to how stuff goes together. So you can see the different keys on the right side throttle body versus the left side throttle body match their mounting holes here in the plenums. And then speaking of the plenums, those are also separate pieces, again, for ease of painting, so you don't have to try and, match that brush, match that paint line there with a brush or whatever, or do some really intricate masking. Those are separate pieces there. And we'll just wait for Fusion to catch up to us here.
Is there a valley cover for the intake?
There should be.
There should be. I can add one.
Because it should have like a water crossover in the front and distributor location and all in the back.
Yeah, valid. I will add that. All right, and then that intake is actually perfect for fitting in the engine bay of the Metro here. We did set this Metro up. We gave you the setup with this version for fitting a small block Chevy in there. And so this is the Resto mod version of the Metro. We are calling it the Resto Metro. This uses the glass, the doors, the light lenses, little things like that from the Metro that was in part 2 of SSG 50. Otherwise, everything else is unique to this model here. But you'll see we added fender flares to the body, as well as exhaust cutouts here for this cool side exit exhaust. Underneath the body, we had to tub the left front side here, so that kind of necessitated changing up everything else. So we went ahead and went kind of full bore on that and went with kind of a Resto Metro, a Resto mod style, this cool kind of cantilevered floating dashboard, unique steering column. We threw a little fun in there on the shift indicator for the automatic transmission. Different seat bracket and different seat with kind of this diamond pattern, a lot of diamond pattern throughout, on the parcel shelf here on top of the doghouse as well, on the gas and brake pedals, in the footwells. Moving down below all of that stuff, the floor pan you will see is definitely tubbed for the much bigger wheel and tire package that is on here. The grills are the same from the first version of the Metro we gave you. The bumpers are new. And we've done 2 different wheel and tire packages here. We've done the single setup with some really super in the back with these smoothies, a real deep dish smoothie in the back. And then on the other side, I'll show you, we have also given you a dually setup if you'd like to go that route. Again, low profile tires on some big dualies. These are staggered 21-inch rear, 19-inch fronts. And pulling away the floor pan and the doghouse here, you'll see this is set up for the small block Chevy, but again, you're going to have to be careful about what intake you choose because there's not a whole lot of height clearance in here. That Edelbrock LS style intake will work perfectly in here. But if we kind of get rid of the engine, 4L80E transmission here. Front suspension, we have given you motor mounts for the that are directly set up for the small block. If you want to just drop a small block into place, but of course you can also, we've left it so that you can fab up your own to put whatever other engine you might like to put in here. But then you may notice some of these suspension bits, we did adapt some of this from our mini truck chassis because it fit really well under here as well. So separate upper and lower control arms, spindles, air shocks, shock tower mounts, lower mounts, cross member, etc., etc. And then the exhaust as well. Got a couple Flowmaster mufflers under here, and the exhaust tips are separate pieces as well in case you want to, do the exhaust in like a stainless, but then do the tips in chrome. You can do that. And then the surrounds for the body are also a separate piece as well for easy detailing. And that about rounds it out. It's got a 4-link in the back, just a standard 4-link GM 10-bolt in the back there. Air shocks there as well. Panhard bar, and all those goodies.
What is the wheelbase on that chassis?
It's the same as the original Metro that we did. I can give you an exact answer here. .762 inches.
Ooh, she's short.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be fun on a bumpy road.
It fit under a Jeep.